Do you know that feeling when you are maybe drinking a cup of coffee and all of a sudden you get inspired and you start daydreaming about your dream life, and it feels so real and it feels like you're living it, that it gives you this warm sensation in your heart. It makes you feel like everything is actually possible, that all your dreams can come true, and then that sensation just goes away and that feeling goes away. Has it ever happened to you that you feel it as almost it's here and then it's just gone? And I feel like that's something that I've had this morning, and I usually do have these moments of inspiration and thinking about my dream life whenever I just wake up and have a cup of coffee, and I feel so energized and inspired and ready to take action. But then usually that moment will pass and that feeling will go away and I will just go back to my day-to-day life. So something that I started asking myself and I wanted to share with you as well, something that has been so helpful for me to actually start taking action on that dream and actually making the dream my reality is. I think it's the 3-step process that really helped me. So the first step was asking myself, okay, that's great getting this feeling and getting that sensation about what my dream life is, but do I truly know what my dream life is? Is that vision really, really clear, or is it very vague? And the clearer I'm making my vision of what I would like my dream life to look like, I feel like the easier it is for me to proceed with step 2 and step 3. So making sure, asking yourself these questions: what would I like to be doing on a day-to-day basis? What things would really excite me? And actually knowing the answers to those questions is the first step to actually get closer to your dream life. Because also, dream lives for everyone are different. So for someone, they would really like to have, let's say, a really amazing corporate job and go there. For others, they would like to have a family. For someone else, they would like to have their huge business and save the world. Everyone's dream life is so different. Someone else would like to travel the world and not have a worry in the world. maybe that's your dream life. But just having a super clear vision on what is it exactly for you is the closest you can get to actually moving further with the step 2 and 3. So asking myself that question has been very important and very helpful to actually start taking action. So the second step, when I already said, okay, what I would really like and how I really see myself, I see myself, let's say, on a big stage doing lots of coaching with many people, maybe writing my own book, also doing one-on-one coachings, and I started naming all of these things that I would like to do. Then all of these self-doubts and limiting beliefs started coming to the surface. And it's so funny because you can almost hear them. You say like, yeah, but how can you do it? You don't even have a team of people. You're just only one person putting all of this together. And then it could be, oh, but how you can do it? You don't have that resource or this resource. And then if you just let those thoughts sit there, you would convince yourself that you should not be doing that or you cannot do that. And it's so funny how, even though I know what limiting beliefs are and I know that the limiting thoughts can come to the surface, it's so easy to fall prey to them because sometimes they come to our subconscious mind without even surfacing to our conscious awareness, and that's why we don't realize we have them, and that would actually block us from the step 3. So the step 1 was to actually ask yourself, what is exactly the dream life that you envision for yourself? And the step 2 is to become aware of those limiting thoughts and limiting beliefs that you have, because they would be actually coming to the surface the moment you start talking to yourself about your dream life. Those thoughts will come up. And also you can actually realize that for each of those, the limiting beliefs are there to basically hold us in our comfort zone. And we've been comfortable where we are. And that new place where we would like to go is actually quite scary. That's why they surface. They want to scare us, hold us in fear, and then never let us expand and grow further. But actually, once you realize that that's their role and that's their purpose, you can almost smile and you can start rationally looking at each of those limiting beliefs that came up and breaking them down and asking yourself, is that really true? Is that really true that you cannot do all of these incredible things without having a team? Sure, with a team it might be easier, but weren't there any examples in the world of entrepreneurial world where someone was just by themselves and they've accomplished writing a book or they've accomplished speaking on stage, etc.? And then you're like, no, actually there are people who've done that, and you can see that you start building that rational evidence against the limiting beliefs, and soon you could also actually break it. That would actually, and once you break the limiting belief, it becomes so much easier to move to the step 3, which is actually taking action. So that's once you have that clear vision of what you would really like to do or accomplish or how you envision your life, and you've broken the limiting beliefs that actually stand on the way in between you and your dream life, you can actually start taking action. And how I personally really like taking action is in the moment of my inspiration, when I'm drinking that coffee and I'm feeling so inspired and I'm always feeling that dream life of mine coming and to reality and being real, is to think, okay, what can I do? What huge, massive action can I do today? And then either do it right away or on that day, but never lose momentum. Because the moment you lose momentum, you think, oh, I'll do it another time, another day, you're lost. You're lost, you're not gonna do it. This is just how human mind works. But the moment you get that feeling, if you can do and if you can take action right away, you already be so much closer to your dream life. So that's how I like doing it. I like thinking of a big action and taking massive action as soon as I can do that. And then doing it, of course, repeatedly and consistently is very important. But at least taking that one massive action will create this leap of force and of momentum that will start bringing you closer to your dream life and making it easier to also take subsequent consistent actions. I hope you did enjoy this episode, and I really do hope that the next time you feel inspired and you can almost feel your dream life as if it's your real life, you will think about this episode, you will envision it as clear as you can, your dream life. You will think, is there anything that's popping in my mind that actually is just a limiting belief? And then you'll take that massive action. It will actually bring you closer to your dream life. Thank you so much for listening to this episode, and I see you tomorrow.